Hi, this is Dr. Jennifer Wells from the AVTE, and I want to share with you a short video about one of the learning projects that we have used in our classes at the University of Cincinnati, Blue Ash College. One of the challenges that I know many of our students face is actually getting into the perspective that they need to be in to kind of fix something. Oftentimes when they watch a demonstration or they see a video of somebody else doing a technique, they're watching it from the third-party perspective instead of actually it being in their perspective or in their first-person view. Certainly it can be really hard for them to kind of know what it looks like from their view if they've never done it before. So because they have a problem with that perspective, we decided to do a pilot, and it's worked out very well. We used some grant funding to purchase a GoPro camera. It's very similar to the camera that you can see here on the model. We actually do have our students wear it on their heads. You can also have them wear it on their chest depending on what technique they're doing. That might be viable as well. But for us, for example, we use it in an IV catheter, so having it on their head helped so that when they were looking at their equipment or they're looking at the animal's leg or they're placing the catheter, they actually have that first-person view or perspective of what they're working on. So it allows you to record live action video of the student actually performing the technique. And then what we do is after the student has been videoed in class, we actually review it briefly with the student after class, sometimes right after the technique, sometimes it's an hour or two later. We actually have some small iPads that we can have the students view it on, but we also have the ability to bring it up. There's a GoPro app that you can have on your iPhone or Android phone where you can go over it with the student even on a phone. But an iPad is a little bit nicer because it's a little bit bigger and easier to see. Then the student is also sent a link to the YouTube video that was created. We have our own YouTube channel and we can upload the video there privately so no one else has access to it. The student gets a link to that video so they can view it at home as well, and then they are asked to write a reflection based on what they feel they learned from that technique. So I wanted to give you a little example of the video here. So this is the IV catheter placement video. The first thing that you notice is that it kind of has a little bit of a fishbowl appearance, I like to say, but you can see very clearly there's a student holding the leg, pointing out the vessel, and the student that's getting ready to put the catheter in has all of her equipment prepared and is getting ready to place the catheter. You can see it has really good video quality. You can actually see the flash when she gets into the vessel. And, you know, obviously this technique may not be exactly the way you all teach it, but everybody's got a little bit different technique. But I think you can appreciate how nice this video works for this student to be able to see what she did and review what she did after class. Now, getting back to the reflection questions that we ask them what do they think they did well. We want to see what they feel like they missed or they could do to improve the next time, and then reflect on those things so that hopefully they're thinking about those things the next opportunity they have to put in an IV catheter. I do have some anonymous examples of reflection. You can see the student noticed that their stylet was a little bit loosened at one point. It made it a little bit more difficult for her to get it in. They said they actually had to let go of the catheter altogether, and we certainly don't want them to do that because they may lose it, it may fall out of the vein, or if the animal moves, etc. This person says, I need to double check my supplies, make sure that I have everything available, and make sure that I hold on to the catheter because the dog may not stay calm. One student said they thought it was a really great way of using technology in education. It's exciting how, they were able to incorporate that to learn a little bit more easily. They didn't stabilize the vein with their thumb. They redirected the catheter inappropriately. Sometimes they let it go of the entire thing. I really like this one because we all have been there before. It shouldn't take almost 10 minutes to do this technique. She said she needs to be faster and more confident with this procedure. I was so slow that I wondered if the video was in slow motion. So I know we've all been there before where we've had students that don't realize how slow they're going. So I thought that was a really insightful comment from the student. So that concludes my short presentation about using GoPro videos. There's lots of places that you could use this in technique training, or looking at large animals. You could certainly use it when you're making videos for a number of different purposes. But I just kind of wanted to give you an idea, along with the reflection piece, that of course brings it back to the student, and the student using that information to get better as being a veterinary technician. So thank you very much.